Hi, I'm John Kenfield from the Solutionist group with the 39th video in the series 50 Common Causes of Conflict in Family Business and What to Do About Them. Today I'm talking about ownership versus stewardship as potential causes for conflict. First, some definitions. Ownership. We all know what ownership means. When it relates to a family business, it means somebody considers themselves the owner of that business. It is therefore a chattel or an asset that they can use any way they like. They can be totally selfish because they're the owners and nobody can really complain about that. Stewardship is totally different. Stewardship suggests that the asset, the business in this case, is being looked after for the benefit of current and future generations. Therefore, it is not there simply to be used for the benefit of the current holder. It is there to be used, enhanced, enjoyed, in order to be able to pass on something that is ideally even more valuable to the next generation. Now, that creates a huge conflict potentially, because if you have a second, third generation, maybe later family business, you will have a number of family members with some form of ownership entitlement. Now, if there is a conflict between some who see themselves as owners and want to take a selfish approach and perhaps cash out or get maximum benefit from the business now, against others who see themselves as stewards, who are there because they have perhaps inherited the business, it gave them opportunities, and they wish to pass it on to the next generation of the family, whether it's their own progeny or not, there is a massive conflict between the two brewing. Well, how do you deal with something like that if you don't have a policy within the family, such as a declared stewardship policy within something like a family constitution? If a problem is brewing, if there are serious competing interests that are beginning to turn over into conflict, it's essential to have a family meeting, preferably one that is facilitated or mediated by somebody who knows how to deal with this sort of stuff. They need to explain the difference between ownership and stewardship, because often, although it seems completely obvious, nobody's really put things quite in that frame before. They've never thought of things in those terms. You then need to ask family members, what is your attitude here? What is your attitude as individuals? What is your attitude as a family? If you can agree as a collective and accommodate individual attitudes at that same time, the conflict is going to be diffused. If you find that some individuals have a very different attitude to the collective group, then the group as a whole needs to work out how to deal with that. Are they going to buy somebody out? Are they going to make arrangements that will satisfy one group and still maintain the asset for future generations of the family or not? The issue needs to be dealt with head on. If it is left to fester, it will generate into a conflict. Usually that will be a problem when there is either a medical event or a death, and there is a disputed estate, something of that nature, and the family is then in the worst possible situation at the most vulnerable time. The last thing we really want to see. I hope you found this useful, and if you have, please come back for more. Thank you.